BetMGM's got some phenomenal exotic markets, and one of them is this: Jalen Hurts, or that's the operative word here, Saquon Barkley to score 2 or more touchdowns in the game. I think one of those guys entirely doable and on the table for them to do that, and you get it at plus 160 right now. Now, if you're buying that Hurts is going to be the guy to score 2 or more rushing touchdowns in the game, that's at like plus 500, plus 550. Saquon much lower, but I kind of like the either or option there, and he's still getting that significant plus juice. Again, at the plus 160 there. Kansas City, number 26 in rush EPAD over the last 5 weeks, entering the Super Bowl. Now, in the regular season, they only gave up 3.79 yards per carry and 70.4 rush yards per game to the running back position. But you just know, and I know you and I have already bet on it, you're going to get a brotherly shove at some point in this game. And Jalen Hurts, we're going to cross the chalk not only once, but maybe he'll do it twice. Hell, maybe he'll replicate what he did in the Super Bowl matchup a couple of years ago with these same two teams, in which he ran for 70 yards and had uno, dos, and tres, amigos, in terms of rushing touchdowns in that game. Maybe Saquon breaks one loose, runs long, scores once, maybe catches another one as well in catch-up mode. I just love the variety of how this could pay out, and it only makes sense that these two gentlemen would have the best shot to score at least 2 touchdowns in the game. And I don't think it's going to be Travis Kelce. I don't think it's going to be Patrick Mahomes with his legs. Jalen Hurts or Saquon Barkley, 2+ touchdowns in the game at plus 160. Already fired off a ticket on this.
I like that a lot, man. I actually, as you say that, I'll play that a little bit small, too. I'm going to have like 150 props. It's the last football game of the year.
Yeah, right, why not?
I got play number 1 is actually going to be 2 plays in 1. I like both of these. They correlate. So, again, like if Kareem Hunt goes off early in this game or at all, I'm in big, big trouble. And if Isaiah Pacheco does what he's done really since week 14, which is nothing, I'm in bigger trouble. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go Isaiah Pacheco, who has started these last 2 playoff games, and got the first snap, the first carry of the game. I'm going to take him to have 5+ rushing yards in the first quarter, minus 150. But I like this one a little bit more. Kareem Hunt, under 9.5 first quarter rushing yards, minus 114. You could also find right now Kareem Hunt under 8.5 rushing yards in the first quarter, which is minus 110. The Eagles, we talked about this in the last segment, man. Number 3 right now in run-stop win rate, they get right to the ball carriers. So if you're going against Derrick Henry, maybe he could break some tackles. But I don't know about 55-year-old Kareem Hunt. He's not even averaging 4 or 5 yards per carry. Again, I'm hoping Pacheco gets going with some zone stuff, but he looks like a shell of himself right now. And I think you're going to want to keep the ball in Pat Mahomes' hands even early, right? So I'm thinking maybe more 12 personnel, which scares me a little bit on the Noah Gray bets. Maybe 2 tight end sets, even though Philadelphia has been really good defending tight ends. They've been really good defending pretty much everything. So Pacheco's been getting the start, like I said, the first carry. I'm on him already over 20.5 and 22.5 rush yards. Took an anytime touchdown. Kareem Hunt's rush yards in the 40s, 44.5. I think that's a little inflated here, too. But I don't think he gets the first crack. And maybe Philadelphia, if I'm the Eagles, I want ball first, right? And I want to eat clock. So there's a good chance maybe that the Chiefs don't even have the ball for 4 or 5 minutes of possession, or they go 3 and out. Kareem Hunt, like I said, not even averaging 4 yards per carry, man. Under 9.5 first quarter rushing yards, minus 114. That might be my favorite bet of the Super Bowl. What do you got?
I think it's an excellent call there, my friend, and I love that under on 44.5 rush yards for Hunt. Like, that's extraordinarily high in my estimation. He's going to be lucky to get out of the 20s in this game against that stiff, stout, and unrelenting front line of the Philadelphia Eagles. First touchdown score, I'm going to live and land down under on 15.5 with the jersey number. Yeah, this is a real bet. I can fire off on it right now at a minus 115 juice there at BetMGM. A lot of people don't have jersey numbers necessarily memorized, but let me give you a few guys who could accomplish this in the game. Jalen Hurts, he's numero uno, okay? Obviously qualifies. Xavier Worthy, numero uno, obviously qualifies. Devontae Smith with numero 6, that's 6, qualifies. A.J. Brown, number 11. Hell, Patrick Mahomes is number 15. And so those are, a handful of guys I could easily see scoring the first touchdown of the game. And, if you want to bet on like Travis Kelce to achieve that or somebody else in the game, obviously you take the under or the over, excuse me. But I think Jalen Hurts could be that guy to get that first touchdown score of the game. And I'll even call my shot. It'll be on a brotherly shove. So we can get, halfway there on my first bet with Hurts or Barkley, 2 or more rushing touchdowns or overall touchdowns in the game. And the first touchdown score, let's double down on the under 15.5 jersey number, -115, because I do believe Hurts so good will be that guy.
I'm going to tell you on that one as well. I was looking at that earlier, going back and forth. I'm in on that, especially at a -115 price. I like that one quite a bit.
Yeah.
This one's kind of scary just because I know a lot of people are worried about Steve Spagnuolo dialing up the pressure, dialing up the blitz against Jalen. I think Jalen's going to play maybe the game of his life, just like he did 2 Super Bowls ago when he threw 1 touchdown, no picks, also rushed for 70 yards, had 3 rushing touchdowns, protected the football. And I think that's what Philadelphia is going to do here, even against this Kansas City defense. I know a lot of people think maybe Philadelphia is going to come out and look to throw the ball to set up the run. The key to this game for the Eagles win this game if they're living in it's got to be like 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4, right? If it's known passing situations for Jalen Hurts, 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8, especially the way that he pats the ball, the way that he holds onto the ball 3-4 seconds, even with this offensive line, man, I think the Eagles are going to be in big trouble. So I think they're going to get the ground game going because it's Saquon Barkley, and I think there's going to be a lot of short throws. And then for Kansas City, they're not going to hit Philadelphia with the explosive stuff. The Eagles just don't give up explosive plays with that secondary, man. So I think it's going to be a lot of what you said. P. Ryan popping out of the backfield, Kelce across the middle, hopefully Hollywood Brown, maybe Juju Smith-Schuster. But we're not going to see the Tyreek Hill offense from a couple years ago, a bunch of explosive plays. So what I'm going to do here is go no interceptions to be thrown in the game, +140, and under 1.5 total interceptions, -160. 2 years ago in the Super Bowl, neither quarterback threw a pick. We did see in the regular season game last year, both quarterbacks threw 1 interception. I don't see it happening here. So under 1.5 total interceptions in the game, -160. Probably my second favorite bet of the Super Bowl. What else you got?
All right, it's rare that I invest anything in the IDP market, but I love George Karlaftis to get a sack in this game at +115. It's extraordinary. It's actually at that significant of a plus juice. I thought maybe it'd be like +100, maybe even -105. You look at what Jalen Hurts has done this postseason. He's been taken down and absorbed 11 sacks. He had 7 sacks a couple of rounds ago. Karlaftis has gotten a sack in 4 of his last 8 games. And on the season, he's numero uno in quarterback pressures with 56. And a guy that was number 10, so top 10 in total sacks with 10.5. So Karlaftis, I believe, will exert the pressure, will be able to penetrate the pocket, and will drag down Jalen Hurts for that uno sack. If he achieves that, +115, and I'm a buyer.